Let's do this one last time. My name is James, and I'm the one and only no last name.
Welcome to the podcast where we talk about anything and everything that comes out of the crap shoot. I'm your host, JD. This is my co-host, James. I call him James. Everyone else calls him Jimmy. Just works like that.
It's a little bit odd.
A lot of things happened this week, James.
A lot of things have happened this week, JD. Nothing.
Nothing
happened yesterday.
Is the best time.
Nothing happened in Bossing Say.
Second is the first, and first is the worst, as they say.
Zero the hero, first the worst, second the best, third the. My father died in the war.
This time, I'm gonna just stare at my OBS the entire time to make sure nothing's gone wrong.
Your OBS. Mm-hmm. I have made. Well,
last time, I was looking at your webcam because you had it on.
You were looking at my shiny forehead as I showed you Dirge and Ramjet.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at.
And I had Shattered Glass Freddy Fazbear behind me. Which I never got to say anything about. I just casually had him there.
A lot of things happened. Do you want to talk about the first thing that
Trump
happened?
Got arrested.
That dangerousness? Well, that's not the important thing, James. It's that his mugshot was taken, and now everyone has it, and it's great.
Not only does everybody have it, my dad's decided to use it as a reaction image to text.
It's great. You can use it for everything.
To explain the context, I was picking up my dad from the car, not the car dealership, but like the car place where we take to get his truck serviced.
Oh, just like the mechanic or something?
Yeah, it's just like a specific place for his truck that he likes to go rather than just like a normal place. But
sure.
He went there and he's like heading to the place, and I pull up, I arrive, and I'm like, okay. And then he just sends me an image of Donald Trump's face. And it's not like the normal mugshot, it's a super zoomed in one.
Yeah, I mean, he cropped it, right? So you could...
It's cropped. And then he just
get
replies
it, like,
with,
to fill out the picture.
He replies with, okay. So I send him back a picture of the guy in the blue polo shirt who I think is a murderer. And I just also reply, okay.
Well, I mean, he's not a murderer, but he could be.
Could be. We were there at 7:16, by the way.
Yeah.
Is when we were sending those messages. He then sends me the text with the woman smiling like she's in the movie Smile. Or
oh yeah, you sent me. I saw that.
And it goes, it doesn't open till 8. So I just reply with the image of Rudy Giuliani. This is unfortunate to hear.
Yeah. So it wasn't just Trump's mugshot that has blessed us. It's also 14 other people or something.
Trinity, like 13 people. Let me count.
I don't know how many there are, but like there's a lot of them, and they all look insane. Probably because they are insane. They are insane.
There's 19 people here.
Yeah. The one I think is the creepiest is the there's this girl at the very bottom, and she has like the widest smile, creepiest smile.
For me, the creepiest is the guy in the blue polo shirt. I've talked about this before, but he terrifies me because he looks like if like any of the old like serial killers were still alive, like if Ted Bundy was still alive and whatnot, this would just be him in jail.
That's nice.
No, it's not nice. It's terrifying to look at. Also, the receding hairline is horrendous.
Doesn't like every single person that shot have receding hairline?
Pastor Stephen Lee definitely does, and he doesn't want to bring it up.
Yeah, it's you and pastors, man. You just hate them.
I wonder why.
I mean, I've met a couple pastors in my life, and I thought they were pretty cool.
Yeah, man, I wish I could say that same thing. Anyways. Yeah, they all got arrested for racketeering and essentially just threatening people to lie about voter fraud when there wasn't any, really.
Did you Google what racketeering means now, or?
No, but I can.
I just want to say this. We don't know what racketeering means. My God.
Dishonest and fraudulent business dealings.
Oh, okay.
Which they were abusing like their position to like kind of leverage stuff from people and whatnot as well.
Yeah.
Kanye's publicist. the Holy Church,
Yeah, Kanye's publicist is
State
the
Farm,
one I think that looks the creepiest. So,
State Farm.
did you figure out which dude was the State Farm dude?
I think it's the guy right above the guy in the blue polo, if I remember correctly. The one right next to the pastor, Stephen Lee.
Oh, I see.
Right below Donald Trump hitting the blue steel.
Yeah, Donald Trump has the Derek Zoolander look on him.
We talked about this in a Lost episode. Now,
I mean, we recorded this already. Well, I guess we didn't record it since it doesn't exist. We tried recording it and it didn't turn out well yesterday.
But it's all good. No 23-year anniversary episode.
Yeah, by the way, we forgot to mention that the last episode too.
We did.
Or was it the one before the last episode?
No, it was the last episode.
Okay. Yeah, well, you said you'd mentioned it last episode, and then we didn't.
I was too excited to talk about Blue Beetle and the bad one, Meg.
And the Meg 2. I enjoyed Meg 2. But if you're interested in what I think about it, you should go watch that episode. The one with Jason Statham. Is the thumbnail. Statham. Yeah. It's only 30 seconds. Mr. 30 Seconds himself as the thumbnail.
30 seconds.
But yeah, I like Donald Trump's mugshot. I don't know if you noticed this, but isn't his like left eye kind of like, does he have like pink eye in his left eye, or
I think he does,
because I don't know if it's just like the lighting or like the way they shot it, but
it also could just be lighting, but like it does look infected.
It looks like, yeah, it looks like something's wrong with it.
It's bulging. It like the eyelids are bulging. The eye itself is like discolored. This could also just be because he's an incredibly unhealthy man.
I mean, could have fooled me. Look at he's just a picture of health to me.
According to that one doctor who definitely didn't lie.
It's just because he's been smoking a lot, you know, because he's been having to deal with a lot of stressful situations recently.
Such as?
Taking his mugshot. He's got to make sure I thought he was going to do a bit more work to make himself look better, but guess not.
I mean, how can you improve on
I don't know if I mentioned this last time we tried this, but do you know what my father said in regards to that picture?
What?
He said, yeah, he's just like an angry old man.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Yeah, it's true.
I also like how everybody is like, nobody's under the age of like 40.
No, of course not.
Yeah, nobody's like under the age of like 35 or something. Like everyone is so fucking old that got arrested, and then there's like a couple youngish
all of them
people.
are like geriatric, except maybe like Kanye's publicist, and there's another lady that looks a bit younger, I guess.
Guy and like maybe that lady.
Yeah, the Black Voice for Trump guy.
And nobody else.
Yeah. Anyway, that's pretty great.
I mean, Rudy Giuliani, I think he's pushing 22.
23, maybe. Giving him a bit too much credit.
Generous there, aren't you?
So anyway, Jays, what else is on the agenda?
The
political agenda.
Speaking of terrible situations.
You got it. No, someone gives water. Gives water.
I think. The Wagner Group leader died in a plane crash, which definitely wasn't from a missile hitting it.
It was very cool. I mean, hey, the news said it wasn't a missile. So it wasn't a missile, James.
Definitely not from a missile, except for everything pointing that a missile hit it.
It's not a missile. It's just a rocket-propelled grenade.
You're right. Listen, man, it's not my fault somebody pulled a battlefield and made them follow him up in this place and pulled a Renazook? Is that what it is?
The plane didn't get hit by a missile. It got hit by an orbital laser cannon. Come on.
Listen.
Like the one from Alice in Borderland. It kind of just zapped the pilot and it was fine.
Listen, Omni-Man just had to take it out of the air, okay?
You're right. He used the laser eyes to beam the engine. And that's what caused the engine failure.
Omni-Man has laser eyes.
No, he doesn't.
I think that's specifically Homelander.
Well, I mean, also Superman, but
yeah, but Superman's not evil
anymore.
He's not evil. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you of all people would think he is.
I feel like that's the thing is I don't want to get into it. We don't got to. I don't want to. We don't got. I don't have to get off on a tangent.
Yeah. So no, the reason why you want to bring up the worst,
restraint.
the Wigger mercenary group is because
Whoa,
James. Because you said the leader is a master of disguise, so you sent me.
I'm literally looking at the images we were talking about it.
You said the leader's a master of disguise, and you sent me a bunch of images of him in disguises, and it's like the worst looking disguise I've ever seen.
It's a bunch of chin strap beards.
Yeah, it's a bunch of fake beards, and he's wearing glasses in like almost all of them. And he's got the same exact face.
One of them, I'm pretty sure he's attempting to disguise himself as an Iranian, I think.
Which one is that one? The middle bottom one?
Bottom.
Okay.
Or it might be. I think that might be Afghanistan. I'll have to check with the flag.
Yeah, there's one of these pictures. He's got like a really long beard.
It's like Sacha Baron Cohen pretending to be from like the Dictator.
Oh yeah.
It's like this is obviously a white man.
Sacha Baron Cohen in The Dictator.
it's like this is a white man pretending to be from Afghanistan.
Yeah, and then there's one picture he has like an emo look on him where he's got like the Justin Bieber
looks
haircut.
Like a disgraced member of Fall Out Boy.
Yeah, and he's still got the beard in that one too. So
he does, but here's the thing:
he only has beards, no mustaches.
It's so good.
No mustache, so only beard.
Can he not grow a mustache? And that's what it is. It's like it'd be unrealistic.
But isn't he just wearing fake beards? Can you just wear a fake mustache?
It'd be unrealistic. It'd be unrealistic.
I feel like a fake mustache would cover his face a bit better than the beards.
No. You see, sunglasses, Amish beard, baseball cap.
Yeah. Anyway, though, it's he was a hot dog stand owner. You were talking. You want to know what's in the fridge? He's a hot dog salesman. Ex-hot dog salesman, actually, and then he became a soldier.
My favorite thing is that when I found out he died, a clip for the Hassan show came out or not the Hassan show, the Hassan stream.
The Hassan show.
I just call it the Hassan show whenever I watch it.
It's the Eric Andre show.
Like, yeah, I'm like, it's not a live stream. It's just the Hassan show. But a clip from his stream came out when he was covering it, and a bunch of people in his chat, which are familiar with like the Wagner Group leader's history, they're like, yeah, that's not a Nazi. That's just my favorite vendor. That's my favorite hot dog salesman.
Yo, that's Bolskovich. Like that's Bolskovich selling the hot dogs from down the street.
They're like calling him by name, like his actual name. They're like, I don't know what you mean, Nazi. No, this is a hot dog salesman. I used to go to him all the time.
I like how the Russian mercenary group is named the Wagner Group.
I think it's because Wagner.
Is that just like lost in translation, or?
Here, let me look up what Wagner means in German.
Are they a German mercenary group? I thought they were Russian.
Well, I'm saying that because they're Nazis. So, wagon driver.
They can't be Nazis,
wagon
James. They're German.
Is the German word for it. Wagner is what that is.
Okay. Yeah, but they can't be Nazis. They're Russian.
That doesn't change it. Britain, America, we've all had skinheads.
Huh.
I did make a list. I think I might have sent it to you, but I'm also not sure.
Well, you added a couple of things to the list that we already had, but the other things on your list aren't super worth talking about, except maybe the FNAF 4 thing.
I did make a full document.
You made the timeline?
Okay. I made a timeline. So, FNAF 4, so just to go over it recently, the final book, I think, in the Pizzaplex, Tales from Pizzaplex series, I think it's the final book. It was
leaked, right? You told me that?
Yeah, I think early copies were sent out to some people from Barnes & Noble, and because of that, it got leaked.
Yeah.
And basically what happened is in the third and final story of the book, this was about a bunch of experiments happening within a house.
Yeah.
And from the way it's described and everything tells it, this is the FNAF 4 house.
Mm-hmm.
They describe the nightmare animatronics and whatnot and all that, but then they go further into detail. And so I'll read down the list as we go through it. My first note, it was all real. It's not a dream. Dream theory no longer works.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they got rid of Dream Theory a while ago.
It yeah, we got rid of it a while ago.
What was the previous theory before this one came out?
About FNAF 4?
Yeah, about FNAF 4.
It was going
Evan,
back and forth.
Evan was like dying, and it's is what?
Yeah, it was one of
like
those where it's going back and forth on you're
Mm-hmm.
either Evan dying in the hospital suffering nightmares, or you're Michael, and
Oh
these
yeah,
are your night.
I think
Your father's tormenting you for killing your brother.
Yeah, I think it was Michael being trapped in the house because
Which
his father
I
didn't want him to
do
get out, so he's trying to scare him into staying in the house by using the mind-boggling discs, the sound
I do
wave discs.
sound illusion discs.
Yep.
Which again are a thing from past stories, and they do technically come back up in Ruin.
Yeah.
In a way. In a way.
Yeah.
Which I do like. I like the implication of it is that, like, of course you wouldn't notice.
I love sound illusion discs.
I love how dumb they are, because Phasgoo and bullshit.
I mean, I think it's better than Phasgoo at least.
What the fuck even was Phasgoo? I can't remember.
I don't know, but I remember that term from something. I don't remember. Exactly
I know Remnant is specifically from like what the fucking fear immortality stuff is.
Yeah, it's like the soul juice.
The soul
Phasgoo is different.
Yeah, Phasgoo is a whole other fucking beast.
Yep.
FNAF 4 is basically an experience from the perspective of a kid named Rory, is essentially what the story implies. Is that you are Rory. You are not Michael, you are not Evan, or whatever you want to call him.
I like you're so adamant about him not being Evan.
Because I don't care for that theory, because it's not provable. It's you got the word EVA, and then you didn't actually get N, and you're just like Evan, because I skipped a step.
Yeah, I mean it's the closest. I mean, if everyone's saying it's Evan, it's just Evan.
I don't give a shit. Like, until we get it's not Michael, it's not Mike. We don't have concrete.
It's better than just calling him No Name Kid. I know you like using No Name to name characters with. Like yourself, and then also your D&D character.
He has a name, and I never got to go into that. I'm so upset that like I built this entire history of this world, and we never got to do anything.
Cool.
It is cool and upsetting.
We got to do stuff. Someone died.
Yeah, one person died and then was immediately revived, but they weren't there for it because they were all pissy that they died. From choices they made, which always upsets me. It's like, I don't know why you're angry. You chose to do this.
It's fine.
I couldn't have been more
just have him dead.
Directly saying, if you continue down this road, you will upset the sleeping giant. Like,
you don't have to. You don't have to keep all the characters alive to have a good story. No,
I know. Characters. Yeah, I know. We kill
you. You should kill you.
You should kill you. Rory is the last kid at the moment of the story to survive the experimental house. There are no nightmare animatronics, necessarily. They are mannequins being puppeteered around.
Okay. So they're not animatronics?
No, I was wrong. They're not endoskeletons. They were just mannequins that they were projecting images onto through hallucinatory gas and whatnot.
Yeah. So it turns out William... Mr. Afton himself
is a little bit
Matthew
of a
Lillard.
prankster.
Matthew Lillard just got together a group of kids. He's like, "Hey, let's go on a what do they call it? A religious outing? What were those things called?
Hey kid, come join my Buddhist temple. It's not weird.
Something camp, like a youth camp. Yes.
Oh, I've gone to youth camp, man. It's awesome.
Yeah, I've never gone to. I think I've gone to one actually. Talk about that later.
I went to one that dressed up as Klingons from Star Trek, and I wasn't sure what the fuck was going on.
Yeah, so he's like, "Yeah, let's go to the youth camp, kids." So he grabs. Do you know how many kids there were? It was just a group.
No, I'm not aware of that because like it wasn't. They didn't reveal the whole story, just certain elements of it.
Okay, so he just got together a group of kids, led them back to this fake house that he built, in order to test hallucinatory gas on them.
Yes.
And then
for reasons
they all died from overdosing, I guess.
From like basically stress or like not eating or whatever.
Yeah, they pulled like what were those things they used to die, like hamsters? I think they just die of stress.
They pulled 2 bunnies in my backyard that died the moment they met dogs.
Yep.
Not because the dogs killed them, because they just died of heart attacks.
Well, I mean, the dogs technically killed them.
Also, by the way, that movie Strays, the dog movie that we keep seeing the ad for.
Oh yeah, straight. The one that you don't
You,
like. You
yeah, the one that I
absolutely hate
don't
that
like.
movie
The
trailer.
one that I don't like because I think the trailer is so annoying, just in general, because it's just repeat of the same beat of music over and over to unfunny jokes. But also,
I thought it was alright.
a scene got leaked from the movie from like the first night it came out,
Really?
and the in the trailer when the dogs are hallucinating.
Oh yeah, when they eat the mushrooms.
Yeah, you want to know what they immediately do that we don't see? Like the trailer literally cuts before we see what they do. They find a
What?
little hole with toys in it, but all the toys are bunnies, and they shake them around and whatnot.
That's pretty funny.
They wake up and it's just a bunch of dead, like fake dead bunnies. Like it's so
That's
graphic and
hilarious.
it's so like, why would you do this?
That's funny, James. I
It's
don't know what you're
but it's
talking
not.
about.
It's
It
not
is
like it's
funny.
not done in a funny way. It's
I mean,
there's
it
something
sounds pretty
else.
funny from the way you
No,
described it to me.
there's something else I watched recently that like I had this like moment where I'm like, is it supposed to be funny because this thing died?
Man, James, you
Like,
being so serious takes all the humor out of
well,
you,
no, I'm
man.
not even trying to like be serious. It was just like, no, it's funny because the thing died. I'm like, but why is that funny? It was just like,
Because it
but
died
where's
horrendously.
yeah, but
This
it's like,
cute little like bunny
what
thing,
makes
it's the
that funny though?
and then it dies. That's funny.
I don't know. Maybe I just also find like the voice acting like annoying because it's just all flat. Like everybody's just flat. Like, oh no, he killed the bunnies. Oh
I
no,
love that
no,
kind of voice acting. I think
no.
that's hilarious.
Oh, God, I hate strays. Anyways, back to FNAF 4.
Anyway, what
I
about
have a
something that you
vengeance and
like?
I'll burn that fucking movie to the ground like
Yeah,
George
it's
Lucas with
gonna
the
die in a
Christmas
fire,
special.
huh, James?
I hope you die in the fire. Burn, burn, burn.
Down, 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 down.
Um, Hallucinatory gas is pumped into a fake house that Rory is in for the experiment. And by the way, when I was talking about Michael being the theory, there's still some leniency because through the survival logbook for FNAF, this implies that William also experimented on his own children in the exact same way because Michael draws the nightmare animatronics in his notebook.
I see. Okay.
Uh,
Wait, so how do you know that they're like kids that were there's a group of kids in FNAF 4 and it's not just Michael with the hallucinatory gas?
it's just implied that like you could be playing as Michael or you are it because this is the fake house. This is not their house. This is not
Okay.
the Afton home. This is just a fake house to give you comfort that you're in a home, and then the gas gives you
Just give you some shelter
these
so you don't die
fears.
of environmental factors, you know?
Right.
It's like a
It's
control group. It's just an experiment.
it's an experiment exactly, and the experiment is nightmare, nightmare, nightmare.
And the experiment is, we gathered in a circle around this blind girl. We just yelled at her, nightmare, nightmare, nightmare.
Cured her blindness.
Cured her blindness. What?
The experiment is, and then you just make the noise of the thing from Smiling Friends that like yells in Charlie's face before he punches it.
The experiment is, it's the sound of the sound illusion disc getting turned on. Anyway,
The cloaker
James.
noise.
Yeah, FNAF 4, it's cool.
There's more.
No.
I know what you're referencing. That's pretty funny. Um, this. So the reason this was all done by William, why he did this to these kids and whatnot, what this all means, my computer just turned off. Don't worry, I turned it back on.
What this
real
means is that my computer turned off.
quick. What this means is, oh no.
Yeah, so what does it mean?
William did this all as an experiment to watch children. Hang on.
Yeah.
To watch children and observe how like they react when they're afraid of animatronics in this sort of state, like how the illusions like make them feel and like how they react, and he would like have different levels of how much hallucinatory he would give them and whatnot, aka the ramping up of the nights.
I see.
The in-game
Does this
nights,
scare
how
you?
they change.
Puts a, fucking like Nightmare Freddy walks into the doorway.
Tell me, would you be afraid of this? Cthulhu enters.
Now,
No, I don't
Rory.
think so.
Now, Rory, do you want to know what's in the fridge?
Oh, my dad's yelling. 1 second.
Okay. Well, tell him not to yell. maybe tell him, to just yell a bit quieter. So you got to stand up for yourself sometimes, James. You can't always let people walk all over you. You're just like stairs, You got stairs in your house. You know how they feel. You walk all over them all the time, and you feel nothing. So, James, I think you just need to pull your pants up. You put your big boy pants on first, and then pull them up.
What did you just say to me?
Nothing. What were you going to say about the you're going to finish your nothing?
I literally have to go, unfortunately.
You have to go right now?
Yes.
Well, that's fine. We have 25 minutes plus like 7 minutes of you complaining about Riverdale's ending and like the previous
No, hold on. I was going to say, can we just pause it? I'm literally going to be right back. I just have to go drop him off so he can get his truck and we can drive back.
Oh, sure.
I'll be right back. Can we just like pause it here and then pick it up right where we left off?
Yeah, that's fine.
Alrighty, thank you. Sorry, I know this is very.
And now that he's gone, we're not gonna stop right.
No,
gonna pause it right now. All right, yeah, go do your thing.
Thank you. All right, I'll be right back.
Yeah, it's funny because he's the one who actually called me here, and he's the one who's like, "Yeah, I have to go do something right now." We'll be right back, folks.
Hey, JD.
Yeah, you're back. I know you're back.
Hey, JD. Yeah. Guess what?
Yeah.
I'm thinking I'm back.
Yeah, I mean, just pause it. They said, I'll be right back. They said.
Here's the thing. As we were driving there, my dad turns to me and he's like, I want hot dogs. And I'm like, what? And he's like, I want you to make hot dogs when you get back. And I'm like,
I'm thinking I want some dogs.
He's like, uh-huh. And I get back and I'm like, ooh, we have frozen hot dogs, and the only thawed ones we have are these ones that are 3 days expired that we need to throw away. And he goes,
I know what to do.
And he goes, I don't think so.
Maybe not. And he grabs the expired hot dogs, throws them on the grill.
Yes.
He grabs the expired hot dogs. He takes a look at it. He's like, looks good to me.
That's literally what JD. That's literally what he does. He takes it.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it. I see this like blue bubble in the packaging, and I'm like, I don't know. And he's like, that's just an air bubble. That's reflecting the cover. And I'm like, okay.
That's just an air bubble reflecting the atmosphere, and that's why it scatters the blue light in there. Anyway,
I'm like trying to find like a slip to open it.
In my tongue.
I'm trying to find a slip to open it. And he's like, give it here. You're taking too long. He cuts it open. He like pulls one out. He starts smelling it. And he's like, smells fine to me. And I'm like, oh no.
Oh, dogs.
So anyways, I made him hot dogs. And then he ate the hot dogs. Yeah. And he goes, oh, I'm feeling full. And then he keeps eating. And I'm like, oh no.
He's feeling full? Wait, how many did you eat? Like 2, 3?
2. But he also... He pulled out this chili because usually he makes a chili dog. He doesn't make a chili dog. He just has a giant bowl of chili now.
Oh, so he just he takes a bite of the hot dog and then takes a scoop of chili or something?
No, he eats all the hot dogs, cuts up one of the hot dogs, puts the hot dog into the chili, then eats the chili. And as he's eating the chili, he's like, oh, I don't feel so good. I'm so full. And then he keeps eating. I'm like, okay, we'll stop eating. And I try picking it up so he stops eating it. Like a dog. Like he's an animal. Like time I have to stop my cat.
Lunchtime is over now.
This is literally what I have to do with my cats when they start eating the dog food. I have to like pick up the bowl and hide it.
Man, that's pretty funny.
I'm like, I'm picking it up. And he's like, you can't take away a big bowl of chili like this from me. And then he keeps scooping pieces out as I try to pull it away. And he picks up this like piece of like weird looking just ground beef, and he's like, what is this? And I'm like, I don't know. And he just eats it. He's like, I don't know either. So anyways, as I now also have to clean the grill because we just cooked on it, right? Like, and I have to wait for it to cool down before I can come up and do this. So it took a while for that.
Yeah.
Because if I didn't clean it right away, it would get
it took a while. It did.
Yeah. He then goes, we're like, he's got a movie on, and I hear like them saying something, and the acting is so bad that I start to mock it, and then he turns to me, he's like, oh, I don't feel so good. And I'm like, oh, really? and he's like, he's going through all the symptoms. He's like, oh, I can feel it in my brain. I can feel it in my bones. Oh. And I'm like, And then he goes, how are you feeling? And I'm like, I didn't eat any hot dogs, Dad. He's like, what?
What? I only ate them because I wanted you to eat.
Yeah, he's like, I'm going through this whole... Yeah, why would I eat the expired hot dogs?
I don't know, James, because you're stupid. You got
It's a
you're
it's a pro-
you don't want to look at the reality of you're trapped in the matrix.
it's a problem he has where he keeps like knowing something's expired and still eats it, and he's like, can't let it go to waste. I'm like, Dad,
Yeah, badass.
we have
We
enough
can't
food.
let it go to waste, but it's already wasted. It's
We
expired.
literally just packed the freezer full of like food. You don't. There's no waste. This is already gone. It's already bad.
No, it's already waste. What are you talking
It's
about?
already
It's
waste.
already wasted. It's expired.
It should have never been consumed to begin with.
You should have ate it before it got expired.
Yeah, it's a hot dog. It should never be consumed. They're disgusting.
That's true. I stopped
I,
eating hot dogs a long time ago.
I, I brought this up to my brothers. I'm like, I think hot dogs are gross. And then they're like, what? I've seen you eat a hot dog before. I'm like, yeah, because I was a kid.
Yeah.
My brain wasn't fully developed. So I'm
I mean,
like,
I guess they
meat.
taste all right, but they're pretty gross and like everything else.
And I just also don't like the idea of boiling it. That's disgusting. That's why, if anything, I'll like grill it. Like, I'll never boil a hot dog again. That's so fucking gross.
Grill or
The
boil?
smell. Boil.
Okay.
I mean, like, they're gross in general, but if I do eat one, I'm never gonna boil it because it's
true.
just.
Well, I mean, like if
Never
I'm starving, the
boil
only
meat in
food around
general.
me is hot dogs, and I probably would eat some.
But JD,
Yeah.
why would you do that when there's a Wendy's right there?
That's about as bad, I would say. That's pretty much
there's
close.
An
That's pretty
endangered
close.
Wendy's right there.
Wendy's blows up. Yeah, it's about as bad, I would say. Like, I have the Aaron Hansen. Like, I don't know if you saw that video where they were like taste testing, like the burgers from different fast food restaurants and like seeing if they could guess which one is right.
I have not, no.
And it's on their second channel, the Grumps. And it was this one clip of it where like they're eating the Wendy's burger, and like Aaron Hansen puts it in his mouth and he's like, "Oh, ugh, it tastes like ash." And I was like, "That's exactly it." Yeah, I did. I think I did talk about it because I was like, "That's exactly the response I had when I ate a Wendy's burger." Is like, this thing is terrible. It tastes like nothing. It's ash.
When you told me that, I was so surprised because I'm like, I know Aaron likes Wendy's because I always see him tweeting about Wendy's.
Yeah. I'm surprised now that he likes Wendy's. Like before I was like, oh, Wendy's must be like really good or something. I never had it. Then I had it and I was like, this thing is trash.
It's because you get the bad food, JD. It's because you seek out the bad food.
Oh, really? And the bad food is Wendy's, huh?
No, it's what you eat at Wendy's.
I've eaten a lot of things from Wendy's already. Like I've had the fries, the burger, the chicken burger.
Yeah,
I had the spicy chicken nuggets.
Well, JD, the problem is that
and the regular chicken
burger.
Nuggets.
JD, the problem is that you've had the chicken burger and not the chicken sandwich.
Yeah, okay, mister. Not a burger. Don't call it a chicken burger.
My sister said Sonic Burger the other day, and like I felt like I had a stroke.
It's not a chicken burger because burgers are meat, beef in the. Shut up, James.
Yeah, because the burger is beef. It's not chicken.
Just a burger. That's all.
No,
it's a piece of meat slapped between two buns. It's a burger.
A burger is a formation of beef.
It's not a it's not a hamburger, James. It's just a burger, a chicken burger. Replace the ham with the chicken.
No, burger is just the shorthand of hamburger.
No, otherwise, what was the whole point of ham then?
JD, my hands are around your throat, and I won't stop choking.
Are you gonna take your headphones off? Am I gonna have to show you what's in the fridge, James?
Hey, they're already off. I'm hearing.
I'm gonna have to show you what's in the fridge, and it's gonna be expired hot dogs.
You know what's in the fridge, JD? It's Rory's dead body. Back to it.
Back to it. I don't know what topic you were talking about before, unless you were done with the whole...
We were in the middle of FNAF, and I was going through the list I'd made. Okay, so William experimented on his own children. This was all done by William to monitor their fear. Okay, yeah, I got where I left off. Let me know when you're ready.
You can just go whenever. You don't need my permission.
Have you been recording this whole time?
Yes. I remember when you said just pause it, don't stop the recording, just pause it. You remember that?
Well, I meant like don't stop, like don't just stop it and then like we'll not do it. I meant like pause it, like as in end it here and then we'll pick up again. Not like never.
Yeah, but then you also said I'll be right back, and I was like, all right, I might as well just.
Yeah, I said my dad's truck is ready. I have to go drive him there, JD.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, that'll take like 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 15 minutes most.
It took less, and then I had to come home and make hot dogs.
Yeah,
and then I
so
had to
the whole
clean
drive
a
thing
grill.
was only like less than 15 minutes.
And then I had to clean a fucking
I was
grill.
like, that's no problem. I'll just keep it up instead of having to handle like two different files. I'll just do one thing and just cut out the 15 to 10 minutes of silence.
Where? I don't want to fucking hear it.
All right, continue on your child murdering timeline or whatever.
So, anyways,
it's like what, the fourth group of kids that he's killed?
Yeah. So Rory, as the hallucinogenics are wearing off at one point, escapes from within the house and finds himself at Circus Baby's Entertainment, which is not the same as the sister location from the game.
It's a sister location of the sister location.
No, because sister location is like a storage area where they hold the animatronics to then take to like parties and whatnot.
Oh, I see.
But Circus Babies is a whole restaurant, like sort of place to go.
Restaurant?
Yeah, in the books, it's a more prominent place that you hear them talk about more often. So that's why it's called Circus Babies Entertainment and whatnot.
Okay.
Through sister location though, we can access the private room on the 5th night, and on camera 6 in that private room, we find a room filled with air canisters and piping, as in like ventilation for the building. And this has been a kind of odd room because it's just kind of like it's kind of like the kitchen in FNAF 1. It's like just a room that's there, but nothing really interacts with it. It's just like it's just a room, but everywhere else has like a sort of purpose and sort of like does something. This is just a room there. And it's always been a bit odd because of like the air canisters, because this isn't in the restaurant. This is in a private room that's then like also monitors the house. And now, because
like,
of that,
what are they doing over there? Well, what's this? What's this one here?
And basically, because of that, because we can see the FNAF 4 house on the monitors and whatnot, this is not only the room that William Afton monitored his son Evan as he went throughout walked around with the Golden Freddy plushie. This was also the room where he monitored the fake home and watched at how the children reacted to the fear toxin stuff.
I see. Yeah, totally normal things to do on a Sunday.
No, absolutely. Complete psychopath. This is a Saw trap.
Imagine if the Saw reboot was just FNAF.
Dude, I would kill for a FNAF theme. I mean, that's kind of what we're getting with the whole grinding mask thing in the movie coming out. But yeah, this means that the private room that we're in on the 5th night is the room where William Afton dispensed the gas and watched how kids reacted and whatnot.
Oh, he fucking pulled a Russian sleep experiment on their asses.
Yes. Back to the book though. Rory finds a tape recorder with a voice on it. I don't know where exactly he finds it. I think it's within Circus Babies he finds it. And on this tape is the voice of a guy named, I think, Wade, who is probably a character from earlier on in the chapter that talks to Rory and whatnot. But this voice kind of gives him a little bit of info, and it's like, hey, Rory, nobody likes you. You're a loser. Your family?
Rory, do you want to know what's in the fridge?
Not your family.
Not your family.
Not anyone's love for you.
But a hilarious line to pull on a kid.
The voice is like, but it's okay, Rory, because I care about you, and I want to keep you safe. So it's probably time you get back in that house. Did you just
contradict yourself by saying no one likes me, but then you said you like me? So that's not...
Shut the fuck up. Rory.
Hey, shut your goddamn
This is a recording. This is a recording. I'm just guessing you're trying to talk over me now.
I can't respond to you. I'm in a fucking tape, okay?
I'm
shut the hell up and let me finish talking. You gotta let me cook, Rory, okay? You gotta let me cook.
Listen, Rory, this vintage 1984 Soundwave figure can only play so long.
Rory, you're standing in an abandoned pizzeria right now, Rory, and the only person talking to you is me through this tape that you found.
I'm randomly. Not real. I'm in your walls. Nightmare.
Nightmare.
I like this character.
They should just do this bit where you just take that scene from the book and you film a skit on it where you just the tape guy just goes crazy on Rory after Rory starts questioning him. Ask him one question and then it just goes off.
Or he just pauses it, kind of picks his knees up to his chest and kind of clasps his hands together and breathes, and he's like, I'm going insane.
Did you know I'm utterly insane?
We should film this. We should film this. This honestly seems pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? TikTok? Where you like you fight you
Yeah.
like it's in your dining. You pick up tape from your dining room table as ADR starts playing.
Your skin is not your own. Nightmare.
Hey Rory, this is Janice from State
Wade.
Farm, and
Uh, you're under arrest.
been trying to
You
reach
helped
you about
Donald
your
Trump.
extended warranty.
But yeah, he's like, nobody loves you, but I do. I care about you and whatnot. And he's like, go back inside that home where it's safe, where you know nothing can really hurt you because it's just a dream. It's not real. And Rory does this, JD.
Yeah.
Rory goes back in that house, and it's revealed that this is just a classic jape by William Afton. There is no Wade.
It's not a
That's just
classic
William
Afton
Afton.
jape.
Classic Afton
Wade
jape.
was William Afton all along.
I know.
Oh my God! It's because William Afton, W-A, and the W-A and Wade is just.
Where's the DE come from, JD?
That doesn't matter. Okay, if I take a page, I'm gonna take a page out of my aunt's.
Irrelevant.
I'm gonna take a page of my aunt's book right now and just say the other things doesn't matter, but the first like coincidence pattern that I saw, that's the magic right there.
That's the ticket.
That's the winning ticket right there, son.
But yes, this causes Rory to return to the experiment. At this time, by the way, Rory is 17 now in the story.
Oh, he's older than I thought.
He's older.
I thought he was gonna be like 8 years old or something.
Hey JD, there's a little bit of a twist, and we'll get to that. But firstly, he's been trapped there for 10 years.
I knew it. I was pretty close. I was like, yeah, he's like 8 years old, but actually he was 7 when he started, and he's been trapped for 10 years.
And as the saying always goes, gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss, spring lock.
And as the saying goes, nightmare, nightmare, nightmare,
nightmare, nightmare. So here's where we get to no longer facts, but theory. A theory is that this also solves the Midnight Motorist minigame, because now the theory can either be that you are William coming home and finding that somebody has escaped from your game, or you are an abusive parent coming home finding that your kid has been taken away by an animatronic, aka Springtrap, who is in your, or Spring Bonnie at the time, who's in your backyard leading the kid away, taking him back to the restaurant, Junior's, and that's why you're not allowed in. Junior being Circus Baby.
I see. Okay,
and that's
so
why
Junior's is a
that's why there's
for Circus
actual
Baby.
animatronic footprints in the ground comparatively.
I see. That sounds like a pretty theory to me.
The other theory, by the way, is that this is taking place post William Afton's spring locking, meaning Rory is essentially stuck in a loop of escaping, finding the tape that tells him that he has nothing outside the house, and going back to endure it more and more until he probably eventually dies of stress. But we do not know. By the way, all he is sustaining himself on is like water and wafers.
That is the wafers made out of like potatoes or something. I don't know.
Wafers like the cookie.
Oh, there's no way he lives off that for 10 years.
10 years.
He must be filter feeding too.
There's some nutrients in the intoxicant gas. There's a little bit of vitamin C getting pumped in every now and then.
Yeah, the hallucinogenic gas also has minerals and vitamins that are, absorbed through the body, through the lungs.
Those are typically given on Fridays. The air's a little spicier then.
Air has a flavor on Fridays. So is that all the FNAF
that is all
now?
I have at the moment for it of what's been solved, because I haven't read the story or whatnot, but that's what's been.
How about we talk about a couple of funny people online now?
Yeah,
yeah.
Well,
let's start with the one that I heard. Well, I mean, I heard both of these from Charlie, and yeah, I know. Before you don't watch Charlie. I know you don't have to talk about that.
I do watch some Charlie videos. What was the one I watched recently? Well, I'll get into it. Yeah, it was probably
I
one of the
watched
two that
two, and it was one about Fousey Tube, and there's another.
That's what I watched.
There was another about some other dude named like Bentelect. Yeah, and both of those people, I don't know who they were until I watched Charlie's video.
I've encountered Bentelect because of Instagram algorithm of just like
you've encountered
guys saying. Yeah, I encountered him like a Pokemon battle, and I lost because my brain broke the moment I heard him start talking.
He was an alternate encounter for you, and you ran away screaming, like Thatcher did in Volume 3.
And Bentelect said, "Your OnlyFans is not your own."
And Bentelect's like, "Yeah, that's pretty funny." So yeah, let's talk about which one you want to talk about first, James.
Bentelect because it's funnier. Fousey Tube because it's a bit sadder.
Yeah, Fousey Tube is funny too. It's funny.
It's funny, but it's also kind of sad because it's like such a destructive, like
it's a tragic thing, you know. But it's also a comedy.
It is tragic.
It's a classic comedy.
It's funny because he's a shitty person, and that's the only reason it's funny. And then everything else is just like a tragic tale spiraling.
So you want to explain Bentelect to all the people out there?
He's a little quirky guy, you know, just a little white boy. It's like I take tweets people make, I read them aloud, and then I say that's X's. Classic. Oh, the situation in general?
X's. No, you said tweets.
Yeah,
it's not tweets.
He takes pictures of like tweets and then he reads them aloud and then he goes, "That's tweets, classic."
They're X's.
Texas?
X's.
What are you saying?
They're X's. The letter, the X. They're X's.
Oh my god,
tweets.
That's what you were saying this whole time. I thought you were saying text, and I'm like, is it cutting off? What is he saying?
Yeah.
I felt like I was going insane.
I was saying text when it's getting cut off, so it's just X.
Yeah, it sounded like I thought it was
James,
just because like
just an X
on your side or something.
It's X's.
Yeah, his Zeets. I refuse to call it X.
His Xeons.
It's so fucking dumb. Yeah. He like took tweets and he'd read them aloud and everything. He'd be like, "Oh, that's classic," or he would add nothing else other than just give it a laugh and then cut to the next thing. And that's what he did. And it's just content farming, so he made a lot of attention because of it.
Sure.
And he also does a little podcast on the side. And he contacted he contacted a influencer in some ways and was like, "Hey, you want to do this podcast?" And she suggested, let's do a pickle taste testing."
Let's do a pickle taste testing challenge. And Bentelect was like, "Baby girl, do you want to taste test my pickle?" And then she was
first he was like, "That's cool," and then he's like, "So I know we got to film this in 3 hours, but like, you want to make some content for your OnlyFans?"
You know, I'm a content creator.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a guru.
You know, Bentelect kind of, when I saw Bentelect's tweets on Charlie's video, I was thinking, I was like reading them out loud in the Jimmy Dango voice. It sounds like something that he would say, like ironically.
Can you give us like an example?
Yeah, it was like, I think he said once, it was like, babe, I know that, you know, you had this idea for the pickle taste test, but I was just thinking, you know, like your OnlyFans, I feel like we could do a collaboration there because I'm bringing you on for my podcast. You're helping me out, and I want to help you out too. And I think this is,
I love that.
I think we'll make a lot of money for both of us here.
You're helping me out, so I'll help you out.
I mean, we just scratch each other's back, you know. It's just something.
You scratch my back, I scratch yours. You suck my dick, I suck yours.
Yeah, we can suck each other's dick. I mean, for OnlyFans, just for OnlyFans, Joe. You know what I'm saying?
And yeah, she's like, no, first she's like, what kind of content? He's like, I don't know what performs best on your page. And she's like, I don't think so.
Maybe not. And then
he's like, okay, cool. 1 hour before recording, I don't think this is gonna work out, you flaky bitch.
Babe, I don't think this is gonna work out anymore. I mean,
babe,
I got someone else for this, and you know, I feel like we just jibe better with her, and I think, you know, we're just gonna have to postpone this, you know.
And then
anyway,
he's just being
creepy. He's just being creepy to a lot of girls online. I think that's actually didn't he make the podcast just so he can bang women? Isn't that like the whole point?
Essentially, every woman he invites on, he attempts to have sex with.
Hey, you know what? That's okay in my book. Hey, you made a podcast just to have sex with, that's fine, man.
He cancels it.
Yeah.
1 hour before recording, and then he starts like freaking out at them like a child.
Yeah, then he like bleep blows up on them. My main goal is to get OnlyFans.
My main goal is to start a podcast and then try to have sex with women.
I hate to break it to you, Chase, but that's the reason why I started this podcast, so I can land dates on women.
Well, JD, I'm not trans.
Well, no, not for you though. I mean, like just in general. Like I've been messaging.
Me, yeah, I know.
70.
I'm not interested.
Probably 70 different women now.
Sorry, JD, you're not my type.
Maybe it's just me. Like I couldn't like land any of them. So I just called them all derogatory terms. And I said, I hope your whole family has a nice Christmas. And I said to one of them one time, I said, hey, do you want to know what's in the fridge? And then she never replied. So I guess it's a date.
So then I said, you flaky bitch. How dare you? Look who started a fucking
So then I said, shut up, you alcoholic. Bitch. I said, shut up, you alcoholic bitch. Yeah, I know you drink a lot. Anyway, so.
Started OnlyFans, huh? I mean, I know I tried to get content on there, but
I bet all you do is drink on your OnlyFans.
What a freak. what a weird freak.
Man, what a funny guy.
And then even like after he got like called out, because there was multiple women are like, yeah, this guy's a fucking weirdo.
Well, yeah, it's never just one. You think guys like this, like they message one girl like, oh man, dang it,
yeah,
shoot.
You'd think with a rational mind.
Oh geez, I can't do it anymore. Oh geez, Scoob, I called this girl a flaky bitch, and then
and then I thought she wouldn't post about stuff openly about me, and because she did, I said I'll fucking sue you. I'll sue you, bitch.
She wouldn't pay me.
Your Honor, in my defense, she didn't want to fuck me. Like that's
Your Honor, in my defense, she was being flaky.
he was like, I'm gonna sue you if you don't take this down. I'm like, why? What?
Oh yeah, he was threatening legal action like everybody. And then I don't think you'd ever actually do it, but he's just saying
no, because it's just like holding like a brick over your head type situation.
Yeah, it's like you saying like, JD, I'm gonna go to your house and I'm gonna strangle you. Like you're not.
Yeah, but I will do that, JD. It's just
no, you wouldn't.
JD, it's a ramp up because it's going to be unexpected when I actually do kick open your door to your room as we film this. Is your door on the right side or left side?
My only request is that you film this, right? You're filming it?
Yeah, I'm filming it.
And then you're posting it, right?
Yeah.
That's what people do nowadays, right? When they commit crimes. So, Bentelect.
Everybody does it, apparently.
Funny guy, man. Holy crap. I've never seen any of it. I don't even think I've seen a TikTok on it still because he didn't show any of his TikTok clips on... Or Charlie didn't show any of his TikTok clips. As to not get sued,
of course.
As to not get sued, yeah. But the funny enough, later in the video, he showed his apology video.
The so funny because he made it a fucking TikTok story.
Is that different from a regular?
24 hours.
Oh, okay, I see.
It was like a temporary thing. It expired in 24 hours, and everyone's like, "Why did you do that?" Like,
why'd you do that? Don't you know that I can do this? Hits record on their phone.
Yeah, everyone's like, we could just like record this and re-upload it. I'll sue you. No,
I'll sue you. That's me. That's your defaming right there.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you prove that this video is on your channel?
Try suing me when I live in Siberia. Get wrecked.
Excuse me. Edward Snowden called. He said, I'm on international waters.
He said, I did what I had to do. You want to know what's in my fridge? So
I'm sorry. Edward Snowden called. He said, I've dropped the bomb. The person killer 9000. I've dropped
become death.
I can't believe it killed people.
Destroyer of worlds. So Bentelect is a funny guy, and man, I hope he lands a date.
Because he's so fucking stupid.
There's someone for everyone out there, right, James? So maybe one day he'll finally get his rocks off before he gets his socks off in jail. Which
I hope
never
he
happen.
never has anything good happen to him. Just like another person.
What? Fousey. What a funny name.
Foos.
That's a good name.
What a fucking hole you fallen down.
He's like an OG.
He is. Yeah, I used to watch his content.
Really? What did he do? What was his content?
Pranks mainly. He just did just general non from what I had watched of him, it was just non violent pranks.
Yeah, so it was funny, goofy pranks.
Yeah, it was just kind of goofy ones where like
I'm gonna put a bullet in a revolver and I'm gonna shoot it at random people and I'm gonna play Russian roulette with them. And if they survive, I give them $100, and if they don't, then I give them $100 anyway. I'm a nice guy.
Goofy prank where me and my friends hold fake guns and we run down the street as if we robbed a bank, and we get into an Uber, and then an Uber calls the police on us, and the police treat us like a real threat because we have fake guns and masks, and we're threatening this Uber driver, and it's so funny.
Funny little prank where we dress up as bank robbers. I put a balaclava mask on. We go into the bank. I say, put the money in the bag, but I never actually say it's a prank. And then I get shot by the police as I'm exiting the bank with money in hand because it's a prank.
I have seen a film set that was like for a small indie film where they didn't have anybody outside of like a grocery store or like a.
Oh, man. Chose the worst time to stop talking there because I was taking a sip.
Saw the people with guns and masks on holding a bag walking out of it like a place, and he pulled his gun on him. He's like, get on the fucking ground. Like, it's a prop, he's like, I don't fucking care, get on the ground. I'm like, no shit, this is why you guys have to have like people standing there. It's a prop.
No, get down on the ground, free.
Yeah, it's like, this is why like you don't see like cops just randomly like walking through sets often. It's like this is why you have it cornered off where you film this shit. You're supposed to have it set up so people don't walk through like this.
I wonder what he was thinking, where he's like, it's just a prop, and the cop's like, oh, okay, and he puts like holsters his gun.
He's like, oh,
as if that works.
Okay.
Oh, why didn't you just say so?
I get the idea that like it's to help them like not like immediately shoot you type of thing.
Yeah.
But it's also like he wasn't doing anything like after he said that. He wasn't like getting on the ground. He's just like, it's a prop. It's a prop. It's like, get it away from you. Say it's a prop and get on the ground. Like, don't like just say it's a prop and keep standing there.
Just say it's a prop as you're, disarming yourself and following orders. You don't want to get shot. They can be kind of jumpy. So
what? They can smash your head through a car window and face no repercussion?
So apparently he's
speaking of violence,
he's got a little something.
Crimes.
He's got a little something wrong up in the dome up there. I've heard
a little crack in his cranium.
Yeah, he's got a little he's got a screw loose.
A little air on the brain.
And he took like some time off of YouTube for a long time, I think, maybe.
Yeah.
In order to get that sorted out.
He like disappeared, reappeared, and like was dressing up as Drake and like had this whole identity that him and Drake were friends, made a giant like crowd of people form outside of a house and everything. Then he disappeared again and he reappeared recently because of Kick.
Yeah, so apparently when he did reappear this time, the most recent reappearance, it turned out he's like a normal guy now. Totally cool. No problems. Streaming some in real life stuff, maybe. I don't know. That's what I've heard from Charlie. He's saying like, oh, he started streaming out pretty normal. And then he started getting a lot of attention. And then he turned into you, James. A monster.
No, he turned into himself again. He went from being relapsed. A normal person to, oh, fame? Well, I guess I better go do outlandish shit to keep the fame.
I gotta keep this, I gotta keep this high going. So he pretends he's Jason Statham and Cranked, and he's gotta go and do crazy stuff.
Oh no, JD.
I isn't that funny how close that comparison is? That's basically what happened.
So what he does, I guess.
I've only heard. I don't know all the things that he's done. I only know he's done like two things, which is one, swat himself, and the other one was in an airport or something, I think.
He raped the person.
Do you know what I'm doing? Yeah, well, basically, yeah. I mean, it's not full.
If it's a drunk person, they cannot give consent.
That's true.
No matter what, and he did basically just outright say, "Yeah, I went and had sex."
Well, so basically, what happened was, let's get a little serious.
Yeah,
basically, let's get a little dangerousness. Well, I mean, he's not mentally there. You can't fault him for that. So
yeah,
he went
but he's
to the
also
airport
had plenty of opportunity to get this taken care of, and he's streaming. He's
streaming himself in real life. Does he in real life streams? And he stumbled across this drunk woman, this like really drunk woman or something, and
at an airport, to
talk to her, and she turns out to be like this, like an ex-victim of like human trafficking or something. Was that what it was? Yeah, it was like horrible backstory, terrible thing that happened to her, and she was just really drunk. And so what Fuzi2 did, because he's such a nice guy, is he comforted her and he's like, oh, it's all good. And then he brought her and had sex with her in the bathroom or something, and he came out and
he turned off his stream.
Yeah,
and then he went and rape this person, because that's just outright what it is. It's like,
you know, I mean, I don't know if, you know, having that kind of relations with someone who's that drunk is cool or not.
It's not legal.
It's also
any means. It's incredibly illegal.
It was on stream.
Even if she says the words, even if she says the words, "I consent," that's not okay, because she is not cognitive enough to understand.
You don't know if she's into you or not. Like that's messed up.
It is messed up, and it was also his fans were enabling him, and you know he was getting attention for this moment, and thought, how can I make content out of this sort of thing? Because you know,
content.
Kick promotes this fucking horrible nature.
There's a lot of people on Kick who do it. I don't know if Kick
I don't
specifically
give a shit.
Promotes it, but
I really don't give a shit about. There's a lot of people. Kick itself promotes this sort of nature with Aiden Ross and all the other fucking dipshits.
It might reward that
like
nature,
this.
yeah, with the views.
Yeah,
and
I
stuff.
mean, and I'll say, Aiden Ross was even trying to get him to turn it off, but even then, it's like you can.
Yeah,
force
that was weird, dude.
You have the weight enough to help force this stream off. You don't have to keep it going. When he
so he gets back and he's like you don't know, guys, you don't know what just happened. What just happened in my fridge? And then the chat was like, whoa, did you actually do it? That's like kind of messed up. And then he like runs it back and he's like, oh no, it's just a prank, you know, it's just a joke. I didn't actually do it, but he totally actually did it. And and that was one incident that was not super cool and illegal.
And it spiraled from there.
Yeah, and it spiraled from there. And I think he had like a whole mental breakdown stream. One like the stream that he got swatted in, where I was in his chat and I was telling him that I knew where his family was and I was threatening his family. No, it wasn't me. It was some like random troll. I just want to make that clear.
He did not do this. JD did not do this. As his friend, I have to advise that.
I don't know if you know. I don't watch live streams other than James really, and I do that to James, but I don't do that. I didn't do that to Fuzi.
You do that to me, but it's also I'm not having a mental breakdown actively.
Are you sure?
Exactly.
Sometimes you do.
Listen,
it's like the onset of you could feel it coming. It's like that feeling you get in your throat before you get sick. That's basically what you have, but with mental breakdowns.
I have that all the time, though.
Exactly. So,
no.
FuziTube, he's getting trolled by this dude, and I'm pretty sure it's a troll.
It is.
Yeah, where he's like, and the troll's saying like, "Oh, I know where your family is. I'm threatening your family. I'm gonna kill your family or something." And FuziTube is like buying into it and like playing off of it. He's feeding the trolls, and he's getting like more and more insane, like having this breakdown on this stream. And I think it spirals into him calling the cops to try like report this guy, but he does it in like the worst way possible.
There's like
you gotta get over here. There's a dude with a gun or something.
There's other people in the room with him. There's like a few other people with him. Yes, and I thought it was so weird because when Charlie was showing it, there's like a guy standing right next to him when he's making that call, and I couldn't help but think. And the guy looked calm, and I'm like, why wouldn't you stop him? Unless like.
Unless he's just a good friend.
In your mind, it's just like, well, it's not even like if it was my friend JD. If you were doing this like genuinely, I would not let you make that call. I would not let the stream continue type thing.
I would let you make that call.
This is not.
I was thinking about whether I'm doing. No, who is that guy then?
I have to assume it's either like because I know Fuzi. I think he has had security in the past for stuff.
It's like
so I'm assuming it's either
guard?
security or it's his entourage, and his entourage really only get like money if Fuzi gets attention and whatnot, and this helps Fuzi get attention, doing something outrageous that'll get him headlines and whatnot in videos.
I see,
but it goes too far, and it's like it was already too far for many different reasons, but it's like it goes even further, and they still don't.
It goes even further beyond.
It's the whole problem of like content first sort of mentality that they have.
Yeah, so he's like freaking about his troll before he calls the cops. I think Aiden Ross like calls him up.
Yeah,
and this is like the strangest thing I saw from Aiden Ross, where he's like, "Dude, you need to like relax and like go to sleep or something. Turn off your stream." And I was like, "Is Aiden Ross the one saying this right now? What the?" I thought he'd be like the kind of guy to be like, "Yeah, you gotta get in there, man. Get in there."
I think it was like a situation where Aiden Ross like realized Swoozy, or not Swoozy, sorry,
Swoozy. Sorry, one more time.
Who? Fuzi. Sorry, Fuzi. It's the name ending of the names that gets me mixed up because there's two old YouTubers that have like similar names, Swoozy and Fuzi.
Okay.
But they're wildly different. They're so different.
Okay.
But Fuzi is like, fuck, I forgot what I was saying because I got caught up on that.
Aiden Ross and Fuzi.
Yeah, Aiden. It's so wild that Aiden Ross is like stopping Fuzi. because it's like this is the sort of content that I feel like Aiden Ross would do his own by himself.
Yeah.
But I think because it's Fuzi's doing this so publicly, like he's literally in a hotel room doing this.
Mm-hmm.
It's somewhere that anybody could find him, sort of thing. And I think Aiden Ross is like having this moment of like, oh, he's not protected by like hiding at his home. He's out in public, and this is the person that's getting us a lot of attention and money. Yeah. We got to step in, sort of thing.
See, I've been telling you, James. I told you, Aiden Ross is he's just doing it for the goose and gas. He's not unironically like that dumb or like doing all these crazy things.
He is actually that brain dead.
I'm telling you, man, he's on a redemption arc. He's not. He's on it. I've been watching his kick streams 24/7, and
you know, my sister's even aware of how fucking gross he is. Like she was like, "Why does he sniff that chair?" And I'm like, "I don't know."
Why is he? Oh, for the Andrew Tate thing?
Yeah,
I'm like, I don't know. It's for the jokes.
Yeah, but why would you do that? Who would actually go and do that?
We've made those jokes.
You were like, yeah, but we wouldn't do that, JD.
Yeah, but I guess we haven't sniffed any seats, so.
By no means would I ever do that. Like I'll make that joke with you because it's an insane thing.
Yeah.
I'll make a joke that I'll bite my toenails. I'm not gonna actually fucking do that right on camera several times to the point that there's hundreds of GIFs of it.
Of multiple moments of that happening. At different points in time.
Some with people around him.
Yeah, that's true. So anyways, Fuzi he goes insane and calls
starts yelling about a person having a gun to his head to the cops.
Oh yeah, he says that. He's like, this guy's got a gun to my head right now. You need to get over here now. And so the cops show up.
Yeah, the guys that were with him in the room are gone by that point, by the way. So they're like not in the room with him anymore. So
I see. So they left.
Yeah, I imagine they realized the situation. They left. And then left Fuzi there alone to deal with it. Cops come in. Fuzi is not recording, but streaming the whole thing by turning the camera to face it. And he's like yelling at the cops.
Oh yeah, he starts screaming at the cops to do something or something, and he gets like super hostile with them, and then they arrest him. Or I guess take him into custody. I don't know if they actually arrest him.
It could just be they detained him,
like putting cuffs on him
from getting too violent.
Yeah.
But I think he is very mentally unstable and refuses to like seek out proper help, and there's nobody around him that is going to help him either. It's just people enabling his sickness for content. And I think it's disgusting. It's one of my problems with the Ezra Miller situation is that I want to recognize all the bad shit that happened with them, but I also want to recognize that there are so many like things that are saying people were doing what they were doing around them purely for attention and content. And it's like, this is a person who was suffering mental illness, was not getting treated for it, or was not getting any help, and nobody was around them trying to help them get help. They were just enabling it. They were
and everyone else around him was like trying to get him to do bad stuff, so that when he actually does it, they're like, "Oh, look, he did."
Right. The whole kidnapping thing. The person who was kidnapped was constantly going, "I was not kidnapped. My parents were making this up for attention." That thing, and so it's like I don't know. Like but with the Fuzi thing, it's like this isn't the first time it's happened, so that's why I am sure. Because this is the same shit he was doing years ago. It's just ramped up even more because he's now being enabled by Kick. He's now being enabled by like this bigger platform where he's getting more attention, where he can more freely do these terrible things.
His audience of like 13, 14-year-olds are egging him on.
Yeah.
So.
And it's if you compare it to the stuff he did early on in YouTube, this is nowhere near it. The stuff he did back then was, ooh, I'm bent over in this trunk with this hot girl beside me who's standing up, and we both have nice asses. Can a guy tell that I'm a guy when I stand up after he keeps complimenting me? Like the bit was like the girl would be like, hey, do you think mine or my friend's ass is bigger? And he'd like be like, you're friends. And then Fuzi would stand up, he'd be like, hey, thanks, man.
Thanks,
and
dude.
that was the prank.
That was the prank.
It was shit like that. It was then
dude,
like
what a horrible fucking
pouring
thing.
shampoo on a guy's head at the showers, and he keeps scrubbing, and he never gets it out. Like it was never something terrible, and then all of a sudden a switch flipped, and he started making just bad
all
shit.
Of a sudden a switch flipped, and he's in an airport bathroom.
No, a switch flipped, and he's suddenly on top of like a truck with hundreds of people surrounding him, yelling, "Don't worry, Drake will be here." Like that's what I think of when I think of the Kai Cenat riot. Is like that moment with Fuzi Tube with the whole Drake thing. I'm like, that could have become that.
Yeah, so I think he said he was like off his meds for like 2 days or something, so he wasn't taking his meds. So I guess if you don't take your meds, I mean, that's kind of what happens.
Yeah, and I keep saying it. It's just he needs to get off of Kick, because again, Kick is just enabling him to continue bad behavior. It's not doing anything to punish him about it.
He probably needs to get off like the internet. Period.
Internet in general. Stop streaming on Kick.
You need to have like a really solid mental base in order to handle the internet.
Take a fucking go get some therapy. Get back on your meds. Take a fucking detox from like internet and just electricity in general. Probably go to like a just like a camp or something. Like find a place where it's like, well, no. Go to youth camp.
Go to youth camp.
That's a callback.
I feel like FouseyTube shouldn't be there. I don't know if that'll help him out too much.
But like go to like one of those camps where it's like this is just a retreat to get away from like the world. No electronics are allowed because it's like distracting. Mm-hmm. So one of those sort of retreats. Just go do that. Take care of yourself and just stop. Like he just needs somebody, because he doesn't have his family around him anymore. I think that's what grounded him at first in the original YouTube videos, is that he had that, and then his family wasn't around him anymore, and he just started acting more like childish and was more like lashing out, stopped doing stuff, was like stopped making content, and then just reappeared and start doing this again because he now has a new audience that's like a bunch of little kids being like, "This is cool. Do
bunch
this,
of little
Fousey.
edgy kids like, yeah, fuck her.
I'm in your
right
walls,
now.
Fousey. I'm in your walls.
Nightmare.
Yeah, and I feel bad for him because again, I was like an old fan of his stuff because I like those just dumb innocent pranks when I was early on YouTube, and I feel bad that it's happening because I feel like it is just a situation where if he had proper people around him, nothing like this would happen.
Yeah, and all of you can feel bad next time. We do this every Sunday. If you liked, you should subscribe.
This Buddhist channel on TikTok.
No, James. I'm not done yet. Nightmare.
Hey, JD, your headphones are off. You suddenly lift your hands and they're gone.
You're like, hey, JD, you're not in this episode. Phase out of existence.
Hey, JD.
We do this every Sunday. If you enjoy it, you should subscribe. If you like James, you can check him out on all the links in the description. He's just there. In the air.
I'm there.
And he is in this episode. And if you want to know what's in the fridge, you should check us out next Sunday, because we come out every Sunday. Every Sunday. James, bring us out.
So I found this Buddhist live stream on TikTok.